In the thermodynamics, we have the last topic, that is Carnot's engine. It is a device which is used to convert heat energy into mechanical work. The construction of the Carnot's engine is that it consists of a source which is maintained at high temperature T1, sink which is maintained at the low temperature T2, insulating stand, and this is working substance in which gas is taken in the cylinder fitted with a piston. The sides of the cylinder is insulated but the base is conducting. Let P1, V1 is initial pressure and volume of the working substance. Now, Carnot cycle. In this Carnot cycle, we have the first process is isothermal expansion. Isothermal expansion. In the isothermal expansion, the temperature of the system that should be constant. Now, initially place the cylinder on the source which is at temperature T1. So the gas molecules gain the heat and the system has initial pressure P1, volume V1 and temperature of the gas molecules that becomes T1. Now the gas molecule exert pressure on the piston. So the system get expanded. If the system get expanded, then we can say that the temperature of the system that change from P1 to P2, volume increases from V1 to V2, but this is isothermal process, so the working substance gain the heat energy continuously from the source, so the temperature remains same. So we can say that temperature remains same, that is from T1 to T2. Now this is the initial stage, this is point A, and after isothermal expansion this is stage B. Now the work done W1 for the isothermal expansion and the heat gain from the system, that is positive. So we can write here 2.303 into RT1 into log base 10, that is we can write here final volume upon initial volume. Now the second step is adiabatic expansion. Now the cylinder is placed on the insulating stand. This is insulating stand. Now due to expansion, we can say the gas molecule has pressure P2, volume V2, temperature T1. Due to expansion, the pressure change from P2 to P1, volume change from V2 to V3, and due to expansion the temperature of the system that also decreases, so that goes from T1 to T2. So it is the point B and this is the point C, and here the point C shows that pressure change from P2 to P3, volume change from V2 to V3, and the temperature that change from T1 to T2. Now we can calculate the work done for the adiabatic expansion. We can write here W2 is equal to R upon 1 minus gamma into, we can say here this is T1 minus T2. The third step is isothermal compression. Now the working substance cylinder is placed on the sink, it has pressure P3, volume V3, temperature T2. Now, due to a compression, the pressure increases from P3 to P4, the volume changes from in V3 to V4, and this is isothermal process, so the temperature remain constant, that is from T2 to T2. In the compression, the gas molecules come to closest because the volume decreases, and hence they collide with each other. So that temperature of the system increases, and this increase in temperature that transfer to the sink, so that temperature remain constant. This is point C, and this is the point D, P4, V4 and T2. Now the work done, W3, that is equal to, let Q2 is amount of heat lost to the sink. So that we can write here, that is 2.303 into R into T2, because in this process temperature is T2, so we write here RT2, that is log, this is process of compression. So we can write here, this is log base 10, so we can write here this is V3 by V4, initial volume divided by final volume for the compression. Now the fourth step is adiabatic compression. Adiabatic compression. In this process, the cylinder is placed on the insulating stand. This is insulating stand. Initially, gas molecule has pressure P4, V4 and T2, temperature T2. Now due to compression, pressure change from P4 to P5, volume change from, P4 to P1, volume change from V4 to V1, and temperature that change from T2 to T1, because in the compression temperature of the system increases. So this is point D and this is point A. This is the initial stage. You can see in all these four processes, the system return to the initial stage, start from the point A, and after adiabatic compression return to the point A. So we can say that this is a reversible process or this is cyclic process. If we plot the graph between pressure and volume, so we can write here, this is point A, P1, V1, T1. Now, when change B, amount of heat gain, that is Q1. So we can write here P2, V2 and T1. Because from point A to B, this is isothermal expansion, so temperature remain constant. From point to B to C, this is adiabatic expansion. So at the point C, P3, V3 and the temperature changes, we can say this is T2. Again from the point D, we can say here, this is point D. This is isothermal compression, so amount of heat lost to the sink. So at the point D, we can write here, this is P4, this is V4 and it is T2. And again adiabatic compression, so goes from point D to the point A. This is pressure and volume curve for the Carnot cycle. Now the work done for the adiabatic compression, W4, that is equal to R upon 1 minus gamma. So we can write here, that is, we can write here for the compression, that is T1 minus T2. Now total work done, W is equal to, that is W1 plus W2. For compression, it is negative W3 minus W4. Here W2 and W4, that is equal, so they will be cancelled, because for the adiabatic work done is same. So we can write here W is equal to W1 minus W3. In the process of adiabatic expansion, amount of heat gain is Q1, At the process of adiabatic compression, amount of heat lost is Q2. So we can write here W is equal to Q1 minus Q2.